Hi Cancer, welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive. How are you doing? And I want to wish you Happy New Year. Welcome to 2019, right? Okay. Now I'm recording this a little early, so if you're receiving my kind of greeting of Happy New Year right now, just note that that's just the way it is. We got to get these things out for you so you can have them before the first of the year, right? So that's what I'm doing. Now this will be for all Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as your Venus sign. If you're not sure what those other signs are, please check the description box below, all right? There is a link that you can click, plug in all of your data, and if you're not sure of the exact time of your birth, plug in 12 noon, and that will get you set. And then your whole astrological chart will come out, and then what you'll do is check those other signs and see how they resonate with you. And just take in what does, and then, and leave it as that. You might want to check a little bit later down the line if they don't resonate quite, right away. Energies do transcend. So what I might be talking about right at this moment, maybe someone's past, maybe someone's future, if it's not happening right now. So do check down the line, but do check out those other videos and see how that works for you, okay? All right, so with that being said, I want to thank you all for the wonderful support that you have given me throughout the entire 2018. Now we're on this fresh new, year ready to take off and see what's in store for us. So, the world is our oyster and it is an absolute adventure for us. And I'm so looking forward to seeing what's in store. And I'm up for anything. At this point, after this last year of 2018, I am ready. And I know some of you out there are too. So if you are, note your comments below. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, if you're interested in a personal read, go to theguidedintuitive.com. Okay, and if there is space there, that means I am available, and if not, then I'm just not, okay? I'm trying to get out all the other reads as quickly as I possibly can so I can relax over the holiday season a little bit more, but I just think that there's no rest for the reader. So that's just kind of how I feel, but all is well, okay? So what I'm going to do is go ahead and do a 6-card spread for you and run some clarifiers. Now this will be a general read, so like I said, just take what resonates, and it may not resonate for everyone, but the intention of just kind of tapping into your energy is definitely there. So let's see what boils up, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera over, so bear with me here. I'll move it down to the board, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me just move this here and get my stuff out of the way. All right, so there we have it. Let me see if I can give you some more. There we go. Then you can kind of see the whole picture here. All right, there we have it. So let's start here and see what's gonna kind of come in store for you here. I'm gonna do a couple more shuffles here. Do check out our store in our description box below. There is a link if you haven't checked out our store. But I do thank all of you that have been ordering. It's been such a wonderful journey, and I can't wait to see what this year has in store for us, okay? So let's see here, Cancer. Now, I'm a Cancer moon, so I'm just as excited to see what comes up as you are, okay? So let's go ahead and pick 3 cards here. We'll start with 3. And then what I'm going to do is pull some energy cards. I'm going to use these. I want to see what's going to vibe to the top. And I'm going to clarify with my vibe cards as well, right? I've got the throat and heart chakra candles going. So we're going to drop into our heart and hopefully speak to our truest intentions as it relates to Cancer, what Cancer needs to be aware of for January 2019. Let's do this, okay? So I'll put this aside and let's get going. So here is your current situation of where you are at right now, okay? So it looks like that you have some sort of union, okay? So you're gonna have to let me know, because this is telling me it is about a partnership that is incredibly blessed and it's destined for greatness. Yay us, yay Cancer. Okay, so this is really good. I like seeing this here. So what this is telling me is that there is where you're at right now is that you might have some sort of partnership that you're in, okay? Some sort of, let me see if there's a number in this, okay, no. So I basically some sort of partnership that is, you know, really blessed, and it's blessed by the spirits above, shining light on this, knowing that it's going to bring some fruitful, just wonderful abundance, and it's going to blossom. Now, this is going to be a really important relationship for you, okay, Cancer? And that's what's coming through here, because it is a union that was destined, and also a union could be a divine, you know, just divine connection, twin flame soulmate type thing. Think of more of a twin flame type thing, where it is, you grow together, you learn together, and you reveal together, and it's just some sort of blessed union. Now, this could be a romantic relationship. It could be a business relationship. It could be both. You know, there's a lot of things that can come up, you know, when I see this, but I love to see this, especially right out of the gates for you, because Cancer, I know that you've been through quite a bit. You know, you've been through your trials and tribulations, and this is a time for you to start this new year off with, you know, with clear intentions, not only for yourself, but I think what's coming through is because you're having the better intentions for yourself and a clearer understanding of what you want and putting your boundaries in place, that you have an opportunity to attract such a union, okay? So it is destined for great success. It's going to be some relationship, partnership, or merger. It's probably someone that you already know. I will let you know, because that's what I'm feeling. Or someone that you deal with. And many great, wonderful things will be birthed out of this relationship or as a result of this union. And it's going to, over the years, continue to grow and strengthen for the rest of your life, okay? So you can just bless the universe and thank the universe for this gorgeous blessing for you, Cancer. Really, I think it's so beautiful. So I'm loving to be able to share this message with you for the new year. Now let's take a look at your second card here, and this is talking about strength, okay? So within this, and I think what's happened is that you've actually stepped into the power and to the vibration of your power. And I think that that is so an integral part of you attracting this union, but also being able to understand yourself and get the respect that not only for yourself, but others are giving you the respect because you're holding your ground, okay? Because you're standing up for what you believe. And sometimes that's not, you know, always the easiest thing to do, right? It's not always easy. But what this is saying is that this is definitely something that is here for you. And there's just times in life when it is best to walk away from a situation, but sometimes you're supposed to stand up for what you believe in. And this is surely one of those times that you are to stand up for what you believe in, okay? And as it relates to your beliefs or your convictions. And don't allow, you know, any sort of anger to fester or any sort of resentment. It's possible to be strong, but it's also, Cancer, possible to be incredibly loving. And you can do both. Who says you can't do both simultaneously? You can be strong and you can be loving. And you are going to gain so much more respect from others by standing your ground. And at the same time, you have broken a long withstanding pattern of not standing up for yourself which has affected you in your life experiences for quite some time. So what I want to do is I want to congratulate you for doing that. If that's the case, note your comments below, because I'd like to hear. And I truly appreciate all your likes, subscribes, and shares. So please continue to note them below. And all of your comments, I really do read them. And I know you guys know I do, because I'm present there, okay? All right, so the next thing that comes into play is, this is talking about becoming one, okay? Now, this could be becoming one as it relates to this union. This also can be becoming one as it relates to yourself. And it could be both, okay? So note your comments below on what that means for you. But the goddess of oneness means, you know, we're all connected, right? But someone at this moment is thinking very fondly of you at this particular time. And that's what the card wants to let you know, okay? So someone you love is truly thinking of you, And, you know, whether it's telepathic, where it's, you know, you really have this language of almost being able to talk to each other without saying a word. You know, sometimes we have those types of connections and twin flames that can happen very easily. But what this talks about is just becoming one with yourself. And because you become so solid in yourself, other people can understand you a lot better, okay? So this goddess of oneness comes into play, just to, you know, really truly let you know that, hey, that it's a beautiful union with your own soul, as well as a union, you know, with another. And remember, love is not restricted by any time or space. And we are all spiritually connected by those that we love, and also by those that we care for, okay? Maybe that right now you might be sad because you are apart from someone, physically apart from someone that you love. And perhaps you also may be saddened by a loved one's recent passing on this earth plane. And I'm just here to tell you that this card, and through this card, they're making their presence felt. They have not left you, and they will never leave you, and they forever are with you in your spirit. Because the bonds of love can never be broken, okay? Feel and truly acknowledge their presence, because they are with you in spirit at this particular time, okay? So note your comments below. I'd love to hear that. Now let's go into the vibration cards and see what we're actually getting from here. So the next card we get is, it's a woman. It's a picture of a woman, and she's holding a coin. And this is a woman who is concerned about, you know, her connection with money, of her health and her value. Okay, you can see that, you know, it could just as well be a man. So take on this energy. That's what it's really talking about here. There is a woman that you know, obviously is dressed elegantly on this beautiful chair and holding this big ass coin. Okay, excuse my French. Okay, but really, when this card comes up, it really is, you know, especially upright in your reading, it refers to a successful endeavor regarding her own health or regarding her finances. And this is a beautiful thing. This could signal a support or assistance from, you know, regarding these types of issues as well. Now, she may give financial advice or connect you with someone who does, but this woman is someone, or maybe someone that you meet where you make your money. And it may be a woman of wealth, or a woman who really values herself, or is of value, you know, to society. But either way, this card is telling you to really be on the lookout for helpful assistance from her, and even the possibility of new love or even new friendship. So like I said, this could be a man just as well. And it's connected to a woman of wealth or a woman of business. Now, if it was reversed, this is someone feeling unsure about finances or some health issue. So that is not the case, okay? What this is saying here is that that you don't have anyone else's negative vibration influence you at any time. This wants you to release any toxic, you know, connections, and know that you are free to define the value in yourself no matter what, okay? So just remember that the world supports me in my financial goals, and I am making synchronistic connections that serve and honor me, okay? All right, so love this for you. Really, really beautiful. Now let's take a look at something here that you might fear. And this is talking about you're all tied up, okay? It's because there is some sort of change of some sort coming into play. So take a look at this. This is a 5 card. It's a let's see, a 23 card that does reduce to a 5. And what this talks about is that that you, it's like you're tying, it's almost like you're being tied up with all your personal stuff right now, it seems like. It's like this woman's tied up and her body and arms are, you know, are all tied up here. And this is when you kind of maybe perhaps feel a little stuck for some reason, okay? There perhaps is a major drama that may be going on around you and stopping you from moving forward. Or it may be something, you know, some technicalities that are blocking your way. Maybe you're waiting on a contract to be signed or agreement to be made. But whatever is holding you back, Cancer, the restrictions may be feeling quite oppressive at this time. Now, if this isn't the case for you, what's tying you up in your own personal stuff? That's the question that you want to ask yourself. Look at your life and see how you can be your own jailer, right? We can a lot of times put ourselves in a self-imposed jail. And we don't want to do this, okay? There is another perspective that can be made. So ask yourself if you're tying yourself up in some sort of emotional angst or some sort of negativity that you refuse to deal with. And if so, it's time to cut those vines out, make some serious changes now, and you need not live in a world of a self-imposed jail any longer, okay? So note your comments below, because I'd like to see that, all right? You know, we all can turn this around as we visualize, as we shift our energy, because the hardest thing to do is to rid of the wobble. And what I mean by that is to rid of the self-imposed things we put on us and that keep us from the visualization and that self-imposed jail. There is a shift that needs to take place, and that is a new way of thinking, a new way of energetically vibrating, and being connected with the energy as it moves through your body. So pay attention to how the energy moves in your body in terms of what ways that you need to turn to. If it feels so tied up, that means that what decision it brings more freeing, is more freeing to you, is more calming, is more expansive for you. Then you know that might feel a little better. As opposed to energy that is a little bit more tight, restrictive, maybe feels a little bit more anxious and doesn't allow you to take the time, and it feels rushed, right? So let things take its time to work through you so you understand yourself, and take a moment to meditate that this is saying rid of the self-imposed jail that you have imposed on yourself and no other hasn't. And those are the situations that you have control over to make some changes on by the way you're thinking, you're feeling, how your vibration and all of that. It might take a little bit longer, it might not happen overnight, but it is something that can allow you to change perspective and really move into this, this goddess of strength, okay? And that's where you are here. I mean, it really looks like you're coming together and you're appreciating that. So maybe it's right below the strength. So it could have been something that had you tied up, but then moved you into strength and into oneness. It's quite beautiful. So note your comments below, Cancer. Now, what is the outcome here? So this talks about the angel of balance, okay? All right. So it is a 48 card. Take a look at this. Wow. How beautiful. So take a look. Let's see if I can kind of hold this a little bit better. There we go. Take a look at that. Just gorgeous. Okay, so what this is talking to me about is this is about being centered, but this is also about, Cancer, honoring your choices, okay? So what choices are going to help you create balance? Remember what we just discussed and how the energy moves into your body? So taking that into consideration, this is about, really being conscious about how you are balancing your goals and your physical and emotional energy as well. Now, whenever you feel like you're getting off center or losing focus, just call upon this, beautiful angel and bring her intention into your heart center. Your intuition will lead you in the right direction, and the spirit of this angel is going to guide you to a more peaceful, centered approach, okay? Now, if this was in the reverse, this would be talking about a warning that something may be seriously out of proportion in your life, and it's not. The goddess of oneness is right above the angel of balance, and you can't become one with yourself unless you achieve some sort of balancing out, the balancing of the scales a little bit, okay? So that's what this is telling me, okay? So keep that in mind. That, her loving presence, she holds this, there's this pitcher of liquid, and I don't know if you see that in there, in front of the pyramids, and it reminds her that a strong destiny does rely on a solid foundation of personal balance and emotional equanimity. Okay, so you have to be stable in your emotions as well as being stable and solid in your foundation. And then, you know, although things may, you know, have been out of sync in the past, this card is only to remind you, Cancer, that there is a greater equilibrium that is now coming into your life, okay? So I think the biggest mantra to remember here is that balancing your chakras will help you bring in more peace. So really focus on that. And then remember that you always have the power to bring things back to a peaceful balance. Okay, so note that I live in balanced, you know, I live a centered life, and I care for myself, and the universe cares for me also. Okay, so quite gorgeous. I love that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into the vibration cards. And what we're going to do is get any other advice that it's going to be necessary for us to get out of this tied up, get more into balance. I'm thinking that you're really achieving it because this is under it and this is what is above. So you've got this woman holding a coin, and it's almost like this says you're going to meet someone, you know, in relationship. Now it could be a romantic relationship, someone at work, and then you get the angel of union. Then you've got all tied up, but then you know that you've got the goddess of strength, and you know, to gain the respect by holding your ground. So stand up for what you believe. And then you've got the angel of balance, reminding you to stay in balance and be that intuitive and clear your chakras. And then you've got the angel of oneness that brings you together, and is saying that someone that you love is thinking fondly of you at this moment. And it's because you balanced yourself out, and you've created some, you know, stability for yourself, and you're feeling at one. So I think that this bottom, you know, card is being trumped by the top cards here, okay, in terms of, you know, the overall reading. So that's kind of what I'm getting here, okay? So let's pull some cards to see what is further going to help you in this process for January 2019 for Cancer, okay? Well, this wanted just to flip right out. What is that? Oh, accept the gifts of the universe, okay? Accept the gifts of the universe at this time. So I think the beauty is that, you know, be thankful for this union of this partnership. Be thankful for this connection that is focused on your wealth and security. Be thankful for getting balanced and becoming one, and be thankful for standing up for yourself on your own, and to hold your own value, okay? And so that's a firm reminder here of that, okay? And keep in mind that sometimes we may limit ourselves by what the universe wants to bring us, because the universe will bring all that you desire, but you must be able to accept what it brings. And many of us tend to limit ourselves on what we can receive because we might not feel value. We might not feel worthy, okay? So this is the strong reminders to step into your strength and your value, because neither is true in the eyes of the universe. You know, it's saying, you know, it is infinitely abundant, and it is also, you know, you're receiving what you want in the way the way that you ask for it. So that's all this is saying. Do you worry that you're asking too much? Do you imagine you know, that perhaps that your wish, if fulfilled, might cause another person injury or pain? Or perhaps does bringing change into your life make you nervous? So if you uncover any beliefs that are contrary or in conflict with your dreams, are you willing at this time to trade them in? Okay, trade them in for some more supportive ones? Because the question of the universe asks is, how good can you stand it? Because that's as good as it's going to get, okay? So that is really, really important for someone out there, okay? So how good is this union? Because that's as good as it's going to get, okay? Let me get some focus. For some reason, this is out of focus. Let me pull this up a little bit. There we go. Okay, gotcha. So if you're feeling a little out of focus, okay, this is reminding you to really ask those questions that we just talked about, because that's really going to be key, okay? Really focus on those questions. Does bringing change into your life make you nervous? Do you worry that your wish will, you know, if fulfilled, will cause some sort of pain for another person? Or do you uncover any anxieties or fears? Okay, so that's what this is saying, is to really contemplate on what you might think might happen if you did realize your dreams. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, so another card that can help Cancer through this process for January 2019. So if you're feeling out of balance, if you're feeling all tied up, right, and you're feeling like you need to stop for a moment, you know, and kind of think things over on what you want your dreams to be and what is uncovered when we ask those questions, it might be important to take a moment to, you know, to get some balance by walking it off, okay? So what number card is? Oh, it's a 28. So it's a 10 card. This is a new beginning too. So you might be coming out from, you know, a transition as well. But it's a brand new beginning, and this wants you just to walk it off, okay? So what is it that you need to do? Because it's saying that your mind is probably spinning a million miles a minute, and it's preventing you from getting through things. So to interrupt this energy, it's like you need a hiccup. You need a hiccup to suspend your thinking and just go for a walk, okay? So every time you have the hiccups, you said, okay, it's time for me to go for a walk, okay? So just remember that, you know, because higher vibrations flow like the rhythms of nature. So it's really important to step out of your mind and into the flow. So if you walk for like 15 or 20 minutes, go outside, you know, pet a dog, watch the birds, you know, look at the ocean, put the sand between your toes, because this movement is going to really connect you to the outdoor world. Even, you know, if you're in a city, I totally feel it here. I swear to God, I totally miss my beach terribly. So, you know, sometimes it's really important to get outside and get as close to that as you want. So you need to be open to all energetically, you know, closed circuits. So just really, truly get outside and feel the expansiveness, okay? All right, so what is, let's go check out what the rude cards wanted you to know and what you might not want to hear, okay? Let's see what they've got to say. Your rude awakening. Okay, this is it. Come right at you here. Okay. All right, what is it? Oh my God. Okay, this card wants you to go apologize, okay? Seriously. Okay, just do it. Go apologize, okay? That's what the card wants to let you know. So what is it that Cancer you need to apologize to, or what? Oh my gosh. To think about that one there, right? So note your comments below, guys, okay? What is it? What do you think it is? What do you think it is for you? You know, we're all human and we do make mistakes which help us learn on our journeys. So, you know, what is that for you? Okay, and what else? Let me see what else it wants to say. Here we go. Okay, stop whining. Okay, this talks about stop whining, right? No one wants to listen to that, okay? Complaining makes you weak. You've got the strength to change your world. So go do it, all right? I don't think it could get more blunt than that here, okay? So the root cards have spoken, all right? So seriously, just do it. All right. So there you have it. So guys, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the month of February. And until then, namaste.